guys, welcome to Parrot Playhouse. My name is April. This is the lovely Victoria Cockatoo, and we have a Victoria Cockatoo update for you. We've been having some issues, yes, but for those of you who do not know Victoria, let me give you a little bit of background. So I rescued Victoria. We going on 4 years, and she was treated terrible before she came to me. But because she was starved and many things happened to her, she does suffer from ongoing health issues that I stay on top of. And about 3 years ago, she had a hysterectomy to save her life, but her ovaries were left, and so she can still produce egg yolk. If you want to know more about Victoria, you can follow the battle to save Victoria Cockatoo's life. At the end, we have a whole series, but because her ovaries are still there and they could not been removed, she would have bled to death, she still produces egg yolks. So that is exactly what happened again, you guys. Oh, Victoria. So 2 weeks ago, we had a bit of an emergency with Victoria. It's basically what has happened in the past. It happens like twice a year, it looks like. And I found her at the bottom of the cage, VC, and she was in a lot of pain. So she had egg yolk in her belly again. And I've been watching her, and she had an implant about 7 months ago. For some reason, that implant didn't absorb. It was stuck in an area where it didn't absorb, and it was done for that reason in that area because she's arthritic, and we can't place it in certain spots where it would absorb better. So Dr. Loudis this time did something else. So what we did was I called. They got her in right away. She was admitted. She was at the hospital all day. They had to do anesthesia. They did blood work. Turns out she did have an infection that was starting up. Victoria, I'm gonna go faster. And he noticed that the implant that was put in 7 months ago, it had broken into pieces. So he had to make a small incision right there. Yeah. And he had to remove the pieces of the implant, and then he put another implant, but this time he made a different incision and he placed it a little further in the muscle. He can't do it back there because she's so arthritic from her past of how she was treated. Do you hear the wild parrots are just flying over right now? Quinn's all excited. He's really excited. So anyways, during that, Dr. Loudis also noticed that her eye is really murky, like it's getting worse. And he believes that she is blind in one eye completely. And then he also noticed that her eye is starting to bulge. And he thinks it's starting to bulge. He doesn't have like all of the tools because he's not an ophthalmologist, but from what he can see, he's very concerned, and he wanted her to recover from her ordeal and get her in with an ophthalmologist immediately. So that's exactly what we're doing. Next week, we're going to see the ophthalmologist, and it's a scary appointment, you guys, because she's never been there, because she's been abused. It's something you guys don't see here on Parrot Playhouse, but she is terrified of people she does not know. She loves Dr. Loudis. She feels safe there. It's her home away from home. She knows me. She knows my mom. But it's really stressful for her to be with strangers. And with this drop-off thing, it's so scary. So she's going to go see Dr. Strubbe and Steve at VCA Eye Clinic for Animals. And for those of you who don't know them, they are incredible. And they literally saved my Amazon baby's eye. So I have a video on that. You can watch it at the end. But it was amazing, the surgery they did. And baby's doing so great. So that's where Victoria Cockatoo's going. Now, Dr. Loudis is so nervous about her going somewhere where she has never been, and me not be able to go inside with her. So what he's going to do is he's prescribing Midazolan, and it's basically what I'm going to do, and I can't mess up. I'm literally going to, it's a light sedation, and I'm going to do this in her nose in my car. So I'm going to have just like a drop. I'm going to put it in her nose. He said I can't miss. If I miss, we're in big trouble. And then she's going to fall asleep. Basically, she'll be out on Victoria. And she's had this before. And then after 10 minutes, they're gonna come and take her from the car and do her eye exam and see if there's anything that can be done for her, to see if she's in pain, to see if we can save the eye. And also Dr. Loudis is concerned about the other eye. So the other eye is starting to get like cataracts, murkiness inside of it as well. So we are trying to prevent her from going blind, which on one side, she's pretty much completely blind. And we believe on the other, she's starting to go. So that's the update. That's what's going on. And yeah, she is a fighter. The implant is starting to work. She's doing better. She finished her antibiotics that was prescribed by Dr. Loudis, so we did that. She's just a fighter, but as you can see, she looks good, right? She looks good. Thomas is like, I thought it was Quinn all excited, but it's Thomas about the wild parrots. She looks good, and she has such a wonderful quality of life, right? And so that's why I keep fighting for her. That's why we keep going. And Miss Victoria Cockatoo, she would let me know if she didn't want to keep going, but she loves her life, you guys. She was exhausted and in pain after the procedure, but 2 days later, she was just walking around that room with those legs. She was starting to dance again. So that is how I know we keep going. Right, VC? Yeah. But anyways, you guys, so keep her in your thoughts and prayers. And we're going to be going on Friday. As you know, there's a risk with everything. But we don't want her to be in pain if that eye is in pain. And she is going to, just so happens to be one of the best ophthalmologists on the planet, right? Yeah, Dr. Strubbe. And Steve is just like, oh my goodness, he's amazing. So we're excited. Like, I'm just excited to get her eye checked out, but then I'm also nervous. But I know it's the right thing to do. Okay, Victoria, so we're going to go outside now. But there's our update. We love you. She's telling me that she's done. And the queen is out. Bye, guys.